with funeral expenses. And if you have any interest in supporting that, we have posted it on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. So, Gee, the story about this fight over the emergency helicopter landings at Seattle Children's, so we were all over it in this past week. Well, the fight got a lot louder in Laurelhurst over the weekend, and I'm talking really loud. So there were about 50 protesters marching through the neighborhood on Saturday with vuvuzelas, drums, bullhorns. They're all demanding an end to this policy that limits which medical helicopters can land directly at Seattle Children's.
So who gave them the right to have this much oversight and control into our Seattle Children's Hospital?
So as we've been reporting right now, only the sickest kids can be flown straight to Children's. Last year, nearly a third of pediatric airlift patients had to land about a mile away and then be transferred by ambulance, which obviously costs precious, valuable time. And this was because a rule dating back to neighborhood noise complaints from the 1990s. But all this came to light again because of some viral TikToks from folks who were saying, why is this happening? Why is the noise for, the noise complaints from one of Seattle's wealthiest neighborhoods more important than children's lives? Mm-hmm. And so now something has changed.
Oh, what's changed?
Seattle Children's, the city, and the Laurelhurst Community Council say they do support getting rid of the helicopter review committee altogether, meaning that the helicopters can start landing again at the hospital. But protesters say, we're only going to believe it when they see it in writing.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing. That's good news.
It is.
I just want to, as you guys know, this weekend I had the privilege of working all weekend. I was auctioneering, Ursula, auctioneered Friday night, auctioneered Saturday night. And I won't tell you where I was because in that way nobody can point to where I was and try to point anyone out. Well, after my event on one of those nights, right, I had somebody come up to me, Ursula, and they said, "Hey, Gee, I just want to let you know I live in the Laurelhurst area, and I'm over at a table with some other folks that live in the Laurelhurst area."
Oh.
I said, oh.
Well, yeah, because you were giving them a bad time.
Yeah, I was giving them a bad time. And it's like, yeah, we heard about what you said, and hey, I don't know if you heard. Now, by this time on this particular night, he said to me, I don't know if you heard, but we've come to a resolution. I think we're going to be rescinding that whole deal about the helicopters.
Yes.
And so I hadn't heard by then. And so I said, oh, that's great news. And then we're talking, and then he says, I want you to look me in my eyes, Ursula, because I want you to hear what he says to me. He says to me, yeah, that was it's just some of us, we just want to protect our investments. And I paused.
He said the quiet part out loud.
Say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
And then he says, yeah, we just want to protect our investments. But, he said, but my son was talking to me, and my son was telling me, hey, Dad, are you not understanding how you sounds, what you're doing? And you're talking about helicopters. The sole reason why these helicopters are landing are to save children.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you, son.
And to which he says, he's like, yeah, I'm thankful for my son. And I said, yeah, I'm thankful for your son too. A couple times a week, Ursula, I go get a haircut. Mm-hmm. And I go see my barber, and I don't know if you guys have ever gotten haircuts before, but when you're done getting a haircut, right, you're looking in the mirror, so you see a straight shot. Yeah. But they give you another mirror. Yes. They give you a second mirror. Yes. So that you can see the other side of things. Yes. You see, Ursula, there's a lot of people that are only looking at one mirror. And so in this situation, I'm so thankful that his son was able to hand him a second mirror so that he could see, ooh, you missed a spot. So that he could see, like, man, I know you suck look at this main mirror, but there's other ways of looking at this. Yes. Ursula, I just want to say this, and I told Paul, those guys out there, we have to stop becoming a society that's all about protecting investments rather than saving lives. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again. Amen. Protecting investments and saving lives
Yes.
are not on the same plane.
Literally, or helicopter. Yes.
But he really said that to me. And bless his heart, though.
Yes.
I'm glad he admitted that his son changed him.
Yes.
So I'm always grateful for we can always do better. When you know better, you do better.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, Ursula, a lot of news we talking about today, quiet part out loud.
Oh, my gosh. Isn't that the truth? Absolutely. Okay, well, let's talk about kids because right now, for a lot of kids in our state, 5th grade camp may soon become something that they only hear their parents talk about nostalgically. Because the Seattle Times is reporting that schools across the state are now struggling to keep outdoor education trips alive after lawmakers cut a $40 million state grant program that helped pay for these overnight camps and environmental learning programs. So some schools are just going to shorten the trips. Some are going to switch to day programs, or some will have to cancel them altogether. Now, parents in West Seattle and other districts are scrambling to raise thousands of dollars to keep these traditions alive. One school reportedly raised more than $20,000 through donations and popcorn sales to try to save these trips. Outdoor education leaders say, these camps are a lot more than just campfires and hiking trails. They say kids will learn independence. They learn about teamwork. They learn confidence and maybe most importantly, how to disconnect from screens and reconnect with other people. There's one Bainbridge Island nonprofit that said it would be willing to run a budget deficit instead of turning schools away. And I guess my question to you, I don't know if you went to overnight camp. I did not. That was not something that was offered to me or available to me in middle or high school, or maybe my parents just didn't know about it. But do experiences like that still matter?
Yep, they sure do. They matter a lot. Ursula, I'll just simplify it. I'm here to give you a 10-second opinion on this. We can either pay for the outdoor experience in 5th grade, or we can pay for the consequences in 25th grade. You see what I'm saying?
I do hear you.
Because this is the thing that I have a hard time with. I have a hard time with every day. I have a hard time leading off news, top stories of the day after the weekend, where crime and things centered around poverty potentially. We have those topics, and we say things like, I can't believe it. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe that happened. Where were the parents? Oh, my goodness. Oh, where's all this going? Why is this happening? And then in the next breath, we'll have a conversation about how hard it is to pay $500 for an outdoor class. So pick your choice. You want to pay now or you want to pay later?
Yeah.
By the way, it's cheaper to pay now than later.
It is. Now, in the grand scheme of things, though, so here's my thought on this whole situation. Because, again, it was a $40 million state grant program that was part of this whole – that's how this would be paid. What would you say – I mean, I think overnight camp is valuable, but I also think reading specialists are valuable, counselors, special education support, that kind of thing. And if there's got to be a choice, I would say put the money with the programs that I just mentioned, and then find a way to do private fundraising. Not all schools can do that, and I understand that, but to do private fundraising so that these camps can be still available for those who choose to do them.
If you take, Ursula, 10 people right now and you line them up on the street right now, and all 10 of them are very successful, I would bet you that 9 out of the 10 that's standing there, if I ask them, hey,
did you go?
Where'd you go to school?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about the school that you went to. I bet you 9 out of 10 all went to good schools. I sit here right now today. I can't take credit for where I am today, but I can tell you what, my godmother's investment of $10,000 that she left my mom and dad for me when she died in the mid-'80s, right, which was the catalyst for paying for me to go to military school in the beginning, and then me being an athlete after a couple years was able to give my parents relief because the boy was good at sports. And imagine that. I know people don't like that, but sometimes you're good at sports. Sometimes they give you a free education. But what if I wasn't good at sports? Or what if somebody else doesn't get that education?
Right.
So this camp, Ursula, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But
well, now they're in jeopardy. So if you have the means and you want to keep them going right now, I mean, that thing is...
I'm going to donate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, I mean, and again, I don't have the perspective of having actually done one.
Big time.
But I know
huge.
that a lot of people had very positive
Very
experiences.
good connection. Okay, Ursula, we got a lot going on. As you guys know, Chef is back. So at 10 o'clock today, he is going to spend that time telling you why, what happened, now that he's back. So you get the full story. That happens at 10 o'clock. But up next, say what, Ursula? Employers are increasingly turning to degree and GPA in hiring. We're going to be discussing that next. Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
Full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Every Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started bagging up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, D.R. Horton has the right home for the best value. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Summer's supposed to be fun. When the kids are home all day, the groceries, they add up fast. G. Scott here with a quick heads up from Safeway. There's a program called Sunbucks that gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically and will get a card in the mail. Others need to apply. Take a minute to check. It could really help put food on the table for your family. Head to freesummermeals.org to find out more. That's freesummermeals.org.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Americans who were aboard the cruise ship struck by the deadly hantavirus outbreak are now back in the U.S. A medical evacuation flight landed in Nebraska overnight. CBS's Ian Lee reports from Omaha.
You can just imagine kind of the terror that people were feeling on board that ship, not knowing if they're going to catch the virus, especially since people had already passed from it.
In a situation like this, every image and every word can be taken out of context. This can be very painful to the people on board. We've all been a part of this voyage, and I wish nothing more to everybody, guests and crew, to be able to go home safely and in good health.
The captain of the ship asked for privacy for his guests and also said his condolences for the passengers who are deceased. A University of Washington police and Seattle police are investigating a homicide at an apartment building. The student killed was a 19-year-old transgender woman discovered Sunday night inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments, which are just north of U Village. SPD's Detective Eric Munoz tells KIRO 7 TV.
This is very difficult for all of us, especially here with campus police and our police officers. This is a 19-year-old student that was murdered, and that's a horrible day for all of us.
Police are not sharing how she was killed or a motive. Meanwhile, 2 people were pulled from an apartment fire in Sammamish on Sunday morning. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports they're in the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
A crew with Eastside Fire and Rescue saw the flames on the way to a training exercise nearby.
But a lot of times it's just being aware of what's going on and paying attention. So, yeah, this was fortunate that they were right nearby and were able to make rapid access.
Within seconds, crews learned that 2 people were inside the burning unit, as video shows firefighters pulling a man out to safety. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, and the Red Cross is helping out those displaced.
Seattle is rolling out the welcome mat for the World Cup visitors. King County Metro is launching a free waterfront shuttle service later this month. The service will kick off on May 21st and run through Labor Day. It'll connect major destinations like Seattle Center, Pike Place Market, Pioneer Square, and the Chinatown International District. The shuttle also stops at the stadium and ferry terminal. Those will take fans' celebrations at Seattle Center, Pacific Place, and Victory Hall. Now to your KIRO News Radio traffic. On southbound 405, it's nearly an hour and 5 minutes away from Linwood. Construction on 85th is wrapping up in the middle of the day, so drivers will be relieved once those ramps open up once again. And on US 2 eastbound, just east of Bickford Avenue, there's a collision partially blocking the right lane there. Traffic is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your weather, sunshine is peeking out right now. Highs will be in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. Text us on our Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And here we are at the point of our show where we're going to talk about one of our favorite topics, and that is college. We talk about how expensive it is. We often debate whether it is still worth the money spent to get that college degree. And then there is this article that I saw over the weekend, and it says, college degrees may still matter more than some people think. And what name is attached to your resume may be something that factors even bigger than some people think. So this is from a new survey highlighted by Fortune. And it found that companies are quietly going back to recruiting from a smaller list of elite and quote-unquote target schools after years and years of saying that talent could come from anywhere. So the story says that more employers are now leaning on degrees and even GPAs just to sort through piles and piles of applications. It's kind of almost like a weed out system. And part of this is because AI-generated resumes are making it so that everyone looks almost identical. Shocker. And one recruiting expert says companies are becoming more targeted in who they hire. So I think this part is sad, G. Some major companies are scaling back campus recruiting trips. They're focusing almost entirely on schools that are near their headquarters or on so-called prestigious universities.
They just said out of 4,000 colleges in America, most top firms now recruit from about 30. 30.
That's sad.
Not 300, not 600, 30. So that means 3,970 of those universities are you're just basically on your own. Now, wait a minute now. You know, G gets on here, been getting on here for 6 years, saying these things, saying these exact things. And for the first time in my Gee and Ursula Show career, somebody writes about it and says, yeah, you know what, G, you ain't crazy. We're just telling you right now. You're not crazy. Yeah. Matter of fact, we are telling you.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand that talent is out there. Yes, talent is everywhere.
It's too hard for us to find, though.
However, G, it's not that. No, we can find it. The problem is, G, we only have so much opportunity. And so in order to get that opportunity, right now, G, we are looking for the families that can afford the elite schools. And wait a minute. The crazy thing is, what really made me get up, Ursula, is they literally said elite. They said the elite schools. So it goes back to what I said earlier. If you take 10 people out there that are very successful, line them up and ask them where they went to school. So I guess the whole pull yourself, by the way, that was my Walking with G today, was about pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. I guess the whole pull yourselves up by your bootstraps thing is really a myth because they just solidified it. Now, Ursula, what was your thoughts on this?
Well, the thing about AI, because we keep talking about, well, with AI, you know, colleges have to pivot and it can be such a game changer. And do you really have to go to some of these colleges that are $250,000 by the time you're done, if you're lucky. In some cases, it's $100,000 a year. And, is it worth it? Can you ever recoup that money? I mean, obviously over time, but the conversations we've had are like, AI is a game changer. What struck me was AI is changing the way some of these bigger companies, those Fortune 500 companies, are looking for their most elite candidates. They're not even bothered going to the campus and going, doing the campus recruiting. They are literally going on a very small list of so-called elite schools, which I think is, quite frankly, really sad and infuriating. And I think that a lot of talent is going to be left behind, and it's just going to keep exacerbating that whole the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer.
I think for me, and I'm glad you see it that way, Ursula, I think the part that really frustrates me the most is that for so many years, people have looked me in my face and told me that it's an even playing field. And so if I come out and I say, no, it's not, right? Then they'll say things like, well, gee, you're just playing victim, right? And so my thing is that when we are discussing what's going on currently in this world, why can't we have an honest discussion? And then usually the next way it gets talked about, well, gee, that was years ago. That was years ago. Where things, and so
back.
No.
Or maybe never left, but now it's just on blast.
It's never left. Yes. The difference is nobody has actually written about this and put it in black and white. Now, the next angle that I want to share with everyone is this. It's just a membership. Like every other thing that's out here. Like. It's all about membership. Okay, let's forget the jobs. Let's just talk about us as adults. Let's talk about the memberships that if you are a part of and how some of those exclusive, expensive membership can help you soar financially in status. And sometimes if you can't belong to that membership, was there ever a time in our country's history that people were excluded from golf clubs, golf memberships because of the color of their skin? Was there ever a time that you could not be a part of that exclusive golf club?
You have to prove a certain income level.
You have to prove your income level? Look, I just want to say, I'm 50 now. When I was younger, Ursula, a lot of this stuff I didn't understand. A lot of this stuff I was naive. And so when I get to my 30s and 40s, I look back and I'm like, oh, that happened. Oh, okay, I get it now. Now I'm 50. You can't fool me. And not only am I 50, I'm 50 and I know how to play the game that some of y'all are playing and pretending it's not being played. I literally know how because I have gone to school with it. I've grown up with it. I've worked with it. I understand the game. The problem is, and I know some people are listening, is my name is not Stephen A. Smith. I don't use my platform to present a certain type of way so I can make more money. And so I probably do myself a disservice by calling out the hypocrisy and the membership that continues to exist.
Another problem is that the people who defend the supposed meritocracy of America and tell you, gee, Scott, we are on an even playing field if you just work hard enough, is they don't realize that their kids are in the same boat.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of white people, right? You know, your kid went to college. They put out the 50 resumes a week. They hear nothing back. You know what? That club, that membership to those elite universities, that's as close to your kid as it is to kids who are traditionally held out of the system.
No.
And you're defending that system perpetuates it, even though you're a victim of it.
Yeah. I don't think this is a great development. I didn't read this story thinking, oh, great.
No. I got to tell you, Ursula, when I saw it, I don't know if you guys have done this, but you get ready to go read an article. I assumed it was going to be protecting the myth. I didn't know they were going to say the quiet part out loud.
Nope.
Okay, Ursula. Hey, you know what? Let's chill a little bit.
Yes.
We need to talk. And you too as well. What'd you do this weekend? Give us something good. Something good maybe that happened this weekend. Ursula, you share?
Mother's Day was this weekend.
I'll share.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day, Ursula.
Yes, thank you.
Let's talk about that next. Gee Ursula.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Nobody should drink and drive. It's dangerous. That's why DUI Heroes cares for their clients as people and individuals who have made a mistake. DUI Heroes will not treat you like a criminal. Their clients will be heard and understood. They will be valued and they will be seen. Right now, DUI Heroes is your DUI defense specialist. Go to DUIHeroes.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Hey, you know Earthwise Salvage in Soto? That really cool place with all the amazing doors, windows, and other treasure? Great news. They just opened a brand new location nearby. The Salvage Lumber Warehouse is ready to serve as a central resource for contractors, builders, home DIYers, and hobbyist woodworkers, providing access to clean, denailed lumber ready for reuse. Flooring, beams, siding, mantles, live edge slabs, and so much more. All harvested from structures, not forests. Visit EWSalvage.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Summer's right around the corner. Can you say World Series? I don't want to jinx anybody, and I don't want to jinx that heating system or cooling system that you have, but it could possibly out at home. So the best thing to do right now is to replace the system. You want it done right and done fast. Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Upgrade to a Lennox cooling system and get a new heating system free. Plus available utility rebates. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
Big news today. Chef is back. And coming up in, I don't know, less than 15 minutes, he will tell you where he's been, why he's back, what happened, all of that. So make sure you refill your coffee cup and or water bottles and come on back. Chef will talk to you next at 10 o'clock. But right now, here's what we need to talk about. Some of you guys are texting in right now what you did this weekend. Love to hear from them. Ursula, how was your weekend? Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. It was a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I asked if we could have a late brunch, like really late. This was the first Mother's Day in a while that we did not have reservations for a place intentionally, because we actually celebrated Mother's Day last Sunday. We went to Korean barbecue. I think I shared that.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And it's because Stephen, our oldest son, is now in
living
Portugal.
his best life.
Yeah, I've got Eric back from Australia, but now Stephen has gone to Portugal for several weeks. He's walking the Camino de Santiago. And so before he left, we had our Sunday Mother's Day gathering at the Korean barbecue, and it was just great to have the four of us there together. Now, I will tell you that I miss the days when my mom was alive, my mother-in-law was alive, my sister and her family. We'd all get together and do a big brunch where all of us were together. I mean, to have four, our little core family, that was great. Yesterday, we went to my favorite, one of our favorite neighborhood diners. I said, let's just go there.
Okay.
And I knew that they would not be as swamped as everybody else was going to be. You know, we've talked about going to Ivar's for the big all-you-can-eat brunches.
Right.
This time it was just, hey, we're going to go hang out at the neighborhood diner and have a chance to chat with Eric and just be really casual. And it was lovely. And then afterward, I'll be honest, you know, your girl has an obsession at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I was able to use some of my gifts that I was given for Mother's Day.
Okay.
They know what to do. I made a trip over to Nordstrom, where my favorite gal, Josie, hooked me up, and I bought several of my favorite fragrances. It was a perfect day for me.
Right.
So what'd you do?
Okay. So Lillian got back in town. She got back in town yesterday morning, and when she got in town, we had reservations to go to Communion in the Central District. If you guys haven't been there yet, is it amazing?
Oh, my gosh. I've heard so much about it. So,
that Communion.
What kind of food?
I mean, it's a blend. I'm going to tell you what I just had. I had a little side of macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
All
right.
Can't
go wrong.
I had, watch this. I had collard greens Caesar salad.
No.
Yeah, fusion right
That's
there.
amazing.
They got the stuffed trout there. I mean, this food is fantastic.
Yes.
So,
is the communion about shared tables too? Is that what that's about? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that was in the Central District. So we did that around 4:00. Lillian's son Jared was with us, so it was the three of us. We had great conversations and food. Now, here's the part where I'm going to get excited. Maybe you can relate to what I'm about to say. So, I called my guy Todd up. Todd is over there in Nordstrom's, right? And I say, hey, Todd, I see y'all close at 7 o'clock. Your dog is going to pull up there. Sounds good. So Lillian walks in with me to Bellevue Square. She goes to Zara, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you later. I'm going to go pull up to Nordstrom's. So I get to Nordstrom's, see my man Todd. Todd like, gee, what's up, man? Hey, you just missed Ursula. I said, I did. He said, yeah, you just missed Ursula, right? So then Todd was like, man, let's see what you got, what you want, right?
Yes.
And then Josie comes over. Now, Josie is I'll get to Josie in a second. So Josie comes over. It's like, oh, gee, so finally nice to meet you.
Yes.
Ursula was just here just now. So me and Todd go through the motions and everything like that. He pulls out this Amber Sky from ex Nihilo, right?
Okay.
Amber Sky. I throw it in the bag, need that. And then he pulls out some more Amouage. Now, granted, Amouage, Purpose 50 is the one that I got a few weeks ago.
Yes. From Josie.
Listen. I'm giving you guys. Yeah. I'm giving you guys the secret, but don't worry. I have one more secret for you that you can't lose on. Don't worry. Hold that thought. I got a secret for you. So anyway, I'm going through it. Lillian calls me up, texts me. She says, hey, are you still at Nordstrom's? She said, yeah, Zara doesn't have anything. I said, okay, cool. So she's coming down, and then so I'm kind of done with Todd a little bit. So Josie's like, gee, I got something special for you, this and that. So I go over to Josie. Josie pulls me over to the side. She told me to sample this and sample that, and Christian Louboutin and all this kind of stuff. So Lillian comes Lillian comes up, and then, oh, okay. Oh, Lillian, you might like this. Let me tell y'all something.
Yes.
Josie is like Steph Curry.
Complete.
In an NBA basketball game.
Complete.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Anytime you guys ask me or Ursula, listen now, I'm giving you the secret. Don't ask us the type of perfume or cologne. Just do this. Just go see Josie at Nordstrom. And I promise you, you won't lose. Just go see Josie. No. You won't lose.
I tell you, the only thing that might lose is I came away a little poorer, but I came away very happy. And she hooks you up.
Yo, we left Nordstrom's smelling like
roses.
Roses. Smell good. I smell good all night. I ain't never went to sleep smelling good like that. But I'm telling you, if you just
can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
Because when I did the Baskets of Joy, when we did the Baskets of Joy, it was the reason I know Josie is she was the one who provided.
Yeah.
So much of that. She's got a humongous heart.
Let me tell you something, Josie, I don't know. How can I say this? She knows how to get to me.
Oh yeah.
Josie, you know. But I'm just telling you, go ask for Josie. Just take your husband, take your wife, take your significant other. Just go there, and they'll just set you straight. Like, oh, gee, I don't really know what to. Yeah. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to know nothing. Josie at Nordstrom's. Take care of you. Coming up next, Chef is back, and he's going to tell us where he's been, what happened. So looking forward to hearing from Chef. That happens next. Gee Ursula.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a truly elevated experience, you've got to be in a Mariner Suite. A suite is the perfect spot to get your game and celebration on. Birthday, promotion, engagement, company team building that actually team builds. No matter your event, we've got a suite you'll love. Group suites can fit 30 to 400 people for big-time bashes. And private suites offer just that, an upscale experience for more intimate gatherings. All Mariner Suites offer an incredible view of the ballpark, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you and your guests will enjoy premium catering, VIP parking, private Skybridge entry, and more. And season ticket members get 15% off. Reserve your suite today at mariners.com/suites.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
Mariners baseball, Trident's up.
Some people out there love to do things entirely on their own. Others ask for help and trust their resources. When involved in an auto accident, you've got the choice of dealing with insurance on your own or hiring an attorney. I'm joined in studio by Harold D. Carr. He represents Harold Carr Law Offices. Harold, what's one of the main reasons for seeking representation?
If you were to look at statistics, most people end up with a lot less recovery when they don't have a law firm representing them.
And why should they hire Harold Carr Law Offices?
We're not shy about bringing lawsuits. We do try to settle, and insurance companies know that. They know that we're fair in how we talk to them. The answer is really, we are very professional. But we've had cases, big and small, where we've had to take it into litigation, and about 98% of those will settle in mediation. A lot more than the client originally expected.
Visit carlaw.com. That's carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
Has your junk drawer taken over the whole house? Closets jammed? Garage packed? Pantry a mess? Don't just live with it. John Curley here for Closets by Design. Organize your closets, garages, laundry rooms, and home offices with Closets by Design. Everything is custom built for how you actually live. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Voted best of Western Washington, ranked #1 senior living community in America, Aegis Living, Washington's most luxurious assisted living and memory care. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com/KIRO and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living, this must be the place.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is on life support. And with gas prices in this country up 40 cents a gallon over the past month, he's talking about a move to suspend the federal gasoline tax.
The president says he does support putting the 18-cent tax on pause.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
As for how long it would be temporarily suspended,
until it's appropriate.
Any suspension would require approval from Congress. Several lawmakers say they'll introduce bills this week. Once the war ends, the president insists the price of gas and oil.
You're going to see it drop like a rock.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Earlier, President Trump said Iran's response to the U.S. proposal for peace talks was garbage and totally unacceptable. CBS's Holly Williams.
The Iranians took several days to respond to the U.S. proposal for a peace deal. I think it's possible that they were deliberately slow-walking things. During that period, Iran said that it does not pay attention to deadlines. They've made their response. President Trump is clearly not happy with it, presumably because Iran has not agreed to some of the key elements of the U.S. proposal, which reportedly included the suspension of Iran's nuclear enrichment and an end to restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz.
18 Americans are now back in the U.S., quarantined now after their time on a cruise ship that was hit with a deadly hantavirus outbreak. At least one of those people testing positive here in the U.S. Dr. Brendan Jackson of the CDC is watching most of them in Nebraska.
The passengers that are all in the sort of assessment phase, they're going to be here for at least a few days while we do assessments and then coordination from what happens next.
A not guilty plea in federal court today from Cole Thomas Allen, the man charged with trying to assassinate President Trump last month. CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
Everyone has the right to the presumption of innocence, and they are claiming that he is not guilty to these particular charges. I don't think they can deny that he was at the hotel, that he ran towards that magnetometer, that he was holding the gun, anything we see on video, but they are going to say, no, he was not attempting to assassinate the president. No, he was not doing these charges that you are claiming that he did.
Later this week, President Trump goes to China to meet with President Xi. Sebastian Lai tells CBS News he hopes Trump will speak up for the release of his father, a pro-democracy leader in the country.
Time is running out for my father. If he's not freed soon, he will die. I know the president cares about my father's case. He can do it. He has said that it would be a very meaningful gesture for Xi Jinping to release my father.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 18 points. The S&P is up 17. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
A 19-year-old UW student found dead in a dorm laundry room. What investigators are revealing. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic on I-405 southbound just north of Northeast 195th Street. There's a collision blocking the HOV lane and the left general purpose lane. Tacoma to Federal Way, about 30 minutes, 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Rented to Bellevue is just under 35 minutes. And your traffic is brought to you by the KIRO News Radio Desk.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Police are searching for a suspect who killed a female student inside a University of Washington off-campus apartment building. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more on the victim and what happened.
The student killed, a young 19-year-old transgender woman, was discovered Sunday night inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments, according to police. That's just north of View Village. SPD Detective Eric Munoz told KIRO 7 TV.
This is very difficult for all of us, especially here with campus police and our police officers. This is a 19-year-old student that was murdered, and that's a horrible day for all of us.
So far, investigators are not sharing how she was killed or a motive. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The suspect is about 5'7" with a slim build, black hair, and a beard, last seen wearing a button-up shirt under a dark blue vest. A murder investigation is underway at a popular Seattle tap room after an employee was shot and killed there this weekend. The owner of Growler Guts, Kyle Dole, tells KIRO 7 TV the victim, who was in his 20s, went by the nickname Q and was a great guy.
He and his friends, including my son, the rest of them, they're about as tight-knit group of young men that you'll ever find. And him, he was a key part of that.
Doles also says Q closed the taproom Friday night and left, but he came back to the business several hours later and was shot inside. Detectives are looking at surveillance camera footage, and so far, no arrest. Seattle Storm guard Jade Melbourne broke her tooth on the court Friday night. It happened during a scramble for the ball, but she shook it off, kept playing, and even joked about it later.
That's good. I'll head to the dentist.
That sound courtesy of the WNBA. The Storm says she's doing fine, and fans are praising her toughness. And Forbes says if you want to retire comfortably, you may need to trade the Puget Sound for the sunny side of the state.
Here comes the sun.
Spokane and Pasco both landed on Forbes' list of the top 25 places to retire in 2026, thanks to mostly affordability. Homes in both cities run about $200,000 below the statewide median and far cheaper than anything near Seattle. Cost of living sits close to the national average, and both cities offer strong healthcare access. Climate and culture are different, but for retirees, the savings may be worth the drive. And for your KIRO News Radio weather, sunshine is on the way today. Highs will be in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, I got a few texters on here. My good friend Christy in Bainbridge and Sass, a few others. They're upset because I had that S on Nordstrom.
Went to Nordstrom, yeah.
But
I probably did too.
But they don't know that there's a theme here.
Yes. I know you love the extra S.
Man.
And now that they've brought it up, you're probably going to be going Nordstrom's.
What's next? Pike's Place?
I say Nordstrom's. Going to Nordstrom.
Gee, just wait. It drives me nuts when people say it like that.
I know.
Hey, what do you think Ursula goes through every Friday? You know what I mean? Every Friday.
It's a family name. You're going to the Nordstrom's.
Okay, well, keep texting if it bugs you too. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476 888-973 KIRO. Yes, the voice you heard there is like, wait a minute, is that Chef?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, and we are going to get into where Chef has been.
What's new at 10?
So it was back at the end of January that we were in our boss's office, and Chef told us that he was going to need some time off.
Yeah.
And it has been close to 4 months, and we have been answering people's questions. When's Chef coming back? Is he coming back? What's going on? And we have only said that he is going to come back, but everyone wants to know, first of all, how are you doing? And also, welcome back.
Thank you. I can honestly say I'm doing better than I ever have. And I'm really, really happy to be here. You know, bear with me because I'm probably going to get a little emotional in this, but
take your time. Yeah,
just to be very, very transparent, you know, I've been in rehab, you know. I have struggled with addiction for most of my life. Mm-hmm. That's something that I've always known I would need to deal with. And I finally had a chance to do that. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are like me, a lot of families who deal with this.
Yes.
And it's pretty damn cool to be able to come back and say, like, wow, I feel good. You know, I feel joy.
I
have a big old smile on my face.
It's so great.
Despite feeling emotional.
I know. It's so great, first of all, to hear your voice, to hear that you're doing better. But if I could just ask a few questions, and I know Gee has
absolutely.
some too, but I know that there are things that you really want to share. Just in case anyone's wondering, this is something that Andrew, Chef, wanted to do, wanted to share. It's not something that's expected of you. It's very personal, but you said you wanted to share your story because you know it can help a lot of people.
And we don't talk about this enough, both as a community and within our own families. You know, there's a lot of family secrets that we don't talk about, you know, including mine. I think I'll probably just start with a little bit of a story and talk about some secrets. You know, I was one of those kids who was really emotional, really big emotions, you know, quick to laugh, quick to tears, quick to anger. Mm-hmm. You know, there's some things going on in my house, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, although I didn't realize it at the time, and also a lot of love. But I was one of those kids who didn't know what to do with those feelings. Mm. And I learned real early on how to run and how to hide. Mm. You know, I learned when I was a little kid I could dive into a book and escape into this other world that was safe and took me away. I learned that through food, and then I think you know where this is going. Like a lot of kids in my teens, it's inevitable. You get introduced, you know, to, for me, it was cigarettes, and then it was, you know, alcohol and drugs. And, you know, I didn't graduate high school because I was smoking pot with my friends every day, you know, and I learned that, hey, I could take this thing that would let me escape and I wouldn't have to deal with anything, right? And we didn't talk about it in my family. You know, I was pretty good at hiding it. I thought I was really good at hiding it. But, you know, I would smoke cigarettes in my room, and I thought nobody had any kind of clue, which, of course, if you're a non-smoker, you know, it's ludicrous to think that somebody could be smoking in your house and not knowing about it. But that was one of those things we just didn't talk about. I think because I was a really difficult kid. But, you know, my mom, she grew up with addiction in her home. And we never discussed it because she was worried about protecting the reputation of the family member that struggled with it. And she didn't want us to think differently about that person. You know, I don't know if you have dealt with Ursula. I know
I
you've
have, yes.
You've talked about this.
Addiction is something that is prevalent in a lot of families, including mine.
Yeah.
And my, as I have shared, my brother died, I say, of his addiction, but he died by suicide. But it was of years after years of struggling with addiction. And even as we were trying to get help for him, it didn't end well, which is why I'm incredibly happy that you, when you told us that day that you were going to go to rehab, it made a lot of sense, even though, as you said, you hid a lot of it really well. But I think that G, and I don't want to speak for you, but there were things that G and I would notice, like that there had to be another explanation.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to why you went now. What was it and that made you choose now to go to rehab?
Well, there's a lot of misconceptions about addiction and about treatment and recovery. And one of those is that you have to hit some kind of a rock bottom, right? You know, you got to lose your job. You got to lose your marriage. You know, maybe you're not seeing your kids anymore, but you got to have some big shakeup, or you're living in one of those tents on the streets before you can get to a place where you make a change. And like, honestly, I started thinking about, like, I've always known I would need to get help sometime. But there's people in my life, you know, just a guy at church who was open about it and talked about it, and my wife, and said, hey, if you ever need that. And you realize you don't want to live that way anymore. You know, that. And I apologize for this, but
don't apologize.
Yeah. That it's not normal to wake up every day and, you know, feel despair. You know, it's not normal to just have a sense of shame all the time.
And were you waking up feeling that despair because of the alcohol, or because you hadn't had the? I don't want to assume it's just alcohol. It was, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, like I went through residential rehab for alcohol. That was 3 weeks, and I had this idea that you go to rehab 3 weeks, whatever, you know, the celebrity thing, and then you come back and you're better, and that's not what it is. It's a whole process, you know, and like 6 weeks out, 3 weeks after I came back, I was still completely dysfunctional as a person, couldn't get out of bed, you know, 18 hours, sleeping 20 hours a day.
I mean, I heard that going through treatment is hellish. I mean, it can while you're trying to heal yourself, it's also extremely difficult.
Yeah, I mean, what I liken it to is just learning how to live again, learning how to feel all the things that you should feel, and that comes at you pretty fast. But you know, coming out of rehab, I ended up in the ER because I was, you know, thinking about hurting myself. And you're going to hear a lot more about this drug, I'm sure. But I had to get off Kratom, too, which it's really physically addictive. It's something you can buy at gas stations, you know, smoke
something
shops.
Being advertised.
Yeah, it's advertised, and they treat it the same way that they treat opioids, and it has that kind of a grip.
First, let me start off by saying a couple things. One, I commend your courage to sit there in that meeting and open up and tell us what you did. And you just came right to it. You didn't beat around the bush. You just said, I need help. I need to take some time away. So first, I want to really say I'm really grateful and appreciate that courage. Two, I'm grateful that you did the work and you continue to do the work gone for some time, and you actually put the work in. Commend you for that. The third thing I want to commend you for is right now being vulnerable to our listeners and telling everybody what happened, because you didn't have to do it. You don't owe that to anyone. Now my question to you is this. You've had some time away, and you've always been a big thinker, Chef. I want to ask you, what you're doing right now is courageous, and I'm grateful that you're doing it. How do we miss the mark so much when it comes to the conversations centered around addiction? And the reason why I'm asking you this, because I'm seeing the text line blow up with people that are saying thank you, blow up with people saying yes, same with me, or yes, same with the loved one. So what ends up happening, Chef, when conversation goes to other folks that we don't know that have an addiction? How do we mess that conversation up?
I think one of the things that I think about a lot, we talk a lot about a lot of tragic stories, right? And I see myself in them. There's really not much difference between me and, that person in your family who deals with this and someone who's in one of those tents. There's a couple layers of privilege, and that's about it.
How important was your support system in getting through this, Chef?
I wouldn't be here today. And I mean that literally. Like, I wouldn't be here today. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
What I want people to know is I'm talking to my kids about this.
Yeah.
We're talking about this as a family. We're going through recovery as a family. You got to talk about this stuff with your kids early. You got to let them know what your family history is. Yes. And not just when it comes to addiction, but mental health. Do you have depression in the family? Anxiety? Mm-hmm. Those things are important. And the secrets you think you're keeping to protect someone is only going to perpetuate pain through another generation.
Oh, those are so important words.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really grateful because 1 in 5 people, 1 in 6 roughly, it's not just here in this country, it's around the world, they struggle with this. But not everybody gets a chance to try again and to try again.
Was this the first time that you went to actual rehab?
Yeah. Yeah. And, one thing I'd like to change too is the idea of relapse. Because if you look at addiction as a disease, which it is, people can have cancer, right? They beat cancer for 10 years. It's in remission. And they can have that cancer pop back up again. Doesn't mean that person's broken.
Mm-mm. Recovery's not linear.
Yeah.
How can we, as your colleagues and friends, help support you in this?
They say the opposite of addiction is connection, right? And so getting to be here with you, this is great. This is everything. And all of you out there too.
Well, Chef, again, I can't repeat enough. Thank you. Thank you for this vulnerability. From the end of January to right now, today is May 11th.
Yeah.
How much better do you feel?
I feel amazing. I'm so much more present with my kids. Like, my wife and I, it's like we're falling in love all over again. It's so much joy. There's a lot of joy in life,
And you're feeling all of it.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, Chef. You were missed by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another part. And I'm glad you were honest and transparent about how important that support was. And that support was there for you while you were away.
Yeah.
And while you're away, there are people that are listening right now every day. House Chef. Hey, when's Chef coming back? Respectfully, because it's the law, we don't know yet, which we didn't know, which we truly didn't. And that was it. But I just want you to know that you're loved everywhere, and I'm glad you're back, and so that you can continue to have that connection, because there's family, both within your family there and your Gee and Ursula Show family, folks.
Well, this isn't the last time we're going to talk about this topic, and I'll be able to keep it together in the other ones. But I just want to let you know, listening, like, I love you all, and I got a heart for a lot of you out there, because I see you.
Nice.
Well, thank you for sharing, for having the courage. Our text line is blowing up. If you have a message for Chef, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Chef, you know me, as always. I got to bring levity. Can you still cook?
I can still cook, and by the way, you know what I'm really happy about this morning? I think
probably taste a lot more.
I actually can, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I get to do something that I don't know if anyone's ever experienced in the history of this station, but somebody disappears, and you out there listening for the first time get to hear the whole story.
Yes, you do.
That's true.
That's true. So true.
It's good to be back, y'all. I appreciate you.
Welcome back.
All right, coming up next, we got more of the Gee and Ursula Show. Do that next. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
G. Scott here. Safeway wants you to know SunBucks gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically. Others need to apply. Find out if you should apply at freesummermeals.org.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org. Sponsored by Washington Realtors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump may temporarily suspend the federal gas tax. Here's CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The president says he does support putting the 18-cent tax on pause.
You know, it's a small percentage, but it's still money.
As for how long it would be temporarily suspended,
until it's appropriate.
Any suspension would require approval from Congress Congress. Several lawmakers say they'll introduce bills this week. Once the war ends, the president insists the price of gas and oil.
You're going to see it drop like a rock.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Here in Washington, UW police and Seattle police are investigating a homicide at an off-campus apartment building. The student killed was a 19-year-old transgender woman discovered last night inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments, which are just north of U Village. SPD Detective Eric Munoz tells KIRO 7 TV.
This is very difficult for all of us, especially here with campus police and our police officers. This is a 19-year-old student that was murdered, and that's a horrible day for all of us.
Police are not sharing how she was killed or a motive. 2 people are in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after a Sunday morning apartment fire in Sammamish, KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports.
Utter panic and fear out of nowhere.
No, there's no alarms going off. Nobody knew that this is happening.
As flames rose sky high at the Madison Sammamish apartment complex. Eastside Fire and Rescue say a total of 6 units were damaged.
It's fair to say that those 6 units the occupants have been displaced.
I'm concerned about the other people, their well-being, their dogs, their lives are completely upended right now because of this.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. A woman is facing 7 counts of commercial burglary for allegedly breaking into multiple All the Best pet care stores around Seattle. The break-ins hit shops in Lake City, the Central District, Queen Anne, Capitol Hill, and West Seattle. Safes and cash were taken. Casey McNerthy with the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office tells Seattle's Morning News you don't always hear about these types of cases.
They make dull news stories, but it's important for people to know that they're routinely charged, and court hearings on those happen every day.
Some store owners say their insurance companies are now refusing to cover more break-ins and are threatening to drop them altogether. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic on northbound I-5. The left lane and the HOV lane starting out at 188th Street and SeaTac will be closed for expansion joint repair. That's until later this afternoon. Other drive times, 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Tacoma to Federal Way, 30 minutes. Renton to Bellevue is just under 35 minutes. This traffic report brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your weather, sunshine is on the way. Highs will be in the low 70s. Right now, it's 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate all of you listening today. And in case you missed it and didn't hear Chef's story, I truly think it is going to be life-saving for some. It is going to be something that is life-confirming for some. And I hope that you listen back to that segment, one of the most important segments we've ever done on the show. And I want to say welcome back to Chef. We also want to talk about some other things. And one of the topics that we love talking about is retirement. I don't know why, G. But as it turns out, in Washington, what do you want? Rain and sticker shock or sunshine and a cheaper mortgage? Because Forbes has just named both Spokane and Pasco among the 25 best places to retire in America for 2026. And one of the main reasons was it's affordable. These places are affordable still. So, for example, the average home price in Spokane is around $395,000. Is that a typo? $395,000 is the average home price? That sounds almost downright cheap. And about $418,000 in Pasco. Compare that to the rest of Western Washington.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go east, you can find bargains still. But they also highlighted healthcare access and Washington's lack of a state income tax as reasons why these places are some of the best places for retirement. What do you think?
I think that the retirement conversation, Ursula, is such a complex one. And what I mean is Ursula's retirement plan, G's retirement plan, your retirement plan, they can all be different, right? Because we're all in different situations. It's not a one size fits all. There's all types of loopholes in secret ways or new ways or old ways. And so sometimes some people can pay. And by the way, I'm going to say this very clear, so I want to make sure I'm clear with what I'm going to say. some people can pay the money to those that can help them how to navigate the system better than others.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I would say that as people are starting to get ready for retirement, I'll just say this is common. It's harder now than it once used to be because this thing called pension, that isn't very common for folks anymore. That whole thing. I didn't mean to call it a game. It's not a game, but it's being serious. The whole pension thing has gone away. And I also believe you're bringing up Pasco and Spokane and places to where to live. One of your biggest things to take into account when you retire is not just how much you have, but what's your expenses.
Affordability for sure.
Yeah.
Now, if you, because I was thinking of Spokane, Pasco, Spokane, I understand, feels a little bit bigger. Pasco was the one that I was like, okay, what's going on in Pasco? Is it because it's closer to Idaho?
That whole Tri-Cities area, right?
Yes.
Kennewick,
Have you spent
Pasco.
much time there?
Yeah. A lot of time. And I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Hey,
they've got stuff going on.
Tri-City, they got some money out there.
Yeah.
They got some. There's some money. The farming, right? The farming, that community right there is a big deal. And also, I just want to say this too. Tri-Cities is nice. Tri-Cities is beautiful.
Yeah.
They get more sun over in the Tri-Cities. The traffic is not crazy. I mean,
see, the places when I think of other places in Washington, if I'm not retiring in Seattle, where would I want to go?
Yeah.
Olympic Peninsula to me is very attractive. Mm-hmm. And
I got
it's not
place.
cheap though. That's the problem.
I got a new place that I'm ready to go back to again. I did an event up there in Anacortes.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Hey.
But again, it still has Western Washington prices.
Oh,
right?
no, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's serious up there.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, it's really, really nice. I didn't expect to, going up there, I didn't expect to really kind of fall in love with that place. Anacortes is nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful with a capital B, right? And just the people and the area. I know if people in Anacortes, if they're listening, they're like, G, can you shut up, please? And don't tell people about Anacortes.
I think Forbes, the reason they put Pasco and Spokane on here, Spokane is great. Tri-Cities is great. I spend some time there in Spokane because of my brother, but they put those two cities on the list. Let's be honest, it's best places to retire because Forbes thought, the Pacific Northwest is beautiful. It is so wonderful, but it's so expensive in the Seattle area. And they think that Spokane and the Tri-Cities is Pacific Northwest.
Is the same.
It's different.
Yes, it is a very different feel.
Completely different feel. It's a completely different environment.
Agree.
Yeah.
Which I could get into, but it's not.
But it's
green trees and whatnot.
Exactly. Jerry in the 206 says, I've been retired since 2020. I'm never leaving Seattle. I think ultimately that's going to be me too. I'm going to go visit, but I'm staying right here.
Well, I know where I'm looking at right now. I was just doing this all day
Bellevue.
yesterday. No, for retirement.
Oh, okay. Where's that? Which is many, many years from now, but where's that? What are you looking at?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, really? Really now?
Yep. Here's the thing.
Interesting.
I
want to see that one.
The Arizona.
Yes.
Now, by the way, when I say retirement, I mean, I'm not saying that I won't keep anything. I mean, this area is always going to be, this is going to be my place to be mainly all the time. But I would do Arizona, but Arizona is just filled up with just a bunch of Chili's and Applebee's and no trees and no water.
That's true.
Just
I know you briefly entertain Arizona.
Yeah.
It's strip malls.
It's just can't do that.
Yes.
Arizona's got
air conditioning.
It's
only.
like a city with no seasoning. You know what I mean? It's just bland. Yeah, put some salt and pepper on that steak.
Speaking of season, I got a question for the season, folks. You're talking about Dallas. They're talking about the warmer parts of the state. Is there something that happens to the human body?
Yes.
Where it cannot tolerate cold and wet as it ages? Because everybody's talking about I can't do the wet anymore. I can't do the cold.
Yes, and also because a lot of times you have choices. You're not working anymore. You're not beholden to to living in the rain or living in the cold. So
gotta have the rain for the green.
But I think it is good for I think it's good for the psyche, and I think it's good for the body.
Mike in Portland wins. if G retires to Anacortes, he'll care more about the whales. Mike, that was good. That was good. All right, coming up next is now time for scenarios. Gee and Ursula.
We've kind of painted ourselves into a corner.
He's the high-ranking Trump official who quit over the Iran war.
I don't know if Trump's going to be able to get himself out of it.
And now he's sounding alarms.
We could easily look at Iraq. Is that not what's waiting for all of us in Iran?
The problem is you just magnify everything times 10 because Iran is just so big.
Former Director of National Counterterrorism Joe Kent, exclusively on the John Curley Show. See the entire interview on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
I saw her texting coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's
Charles Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
John Curley here. You know a smart thing to do right now? Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Choose a Lennox cooling system and get a heating system free. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
You can't control what's happening in the world. You can't control gas prices or what the market does tomorrow. But you can control whether your retirement is protected when the unexpected hits. That's what Rajiv Nagayach has dedicated his career to helping families do. Not just picking investments, but building one plan that brings your healthcare, housing, legal, and financial decisions together into a single strategy. A strategy designed to keep you out of a nursing home, protect your assets, and keep your family from becoming your unpaid caregivers. If the last weeks have made you uneasy about your future, you need help. Join Rajiv at a free 90-minute seminar this May. You'll see where most plans fall short and how yours doesn't have to.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Space is limited, so sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to you. Hey, just to let you know, at 11 o'clock, top of the hour, as you all know, Chef is back. And at 10 o'clock today, Chef shared his reasons as to why he was gone and what was happening while he was gone, all that stuff. So here's what we're going to do at 11. Maybe some of you missed it. So at 11 o'clock, he'll kind of quickly recap it. And then we got a whole bunch of text messages from you, and we'll respond to those. So that happens at 11 o'clock. So right now, scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
My husband only wears deodorant if he's leaving the house. He says he doesn't sweat and doesn't need it if he's at home. He says this is totally normal, but I say he's disgusting and needs to grow up. Now, he doesn't really smell that bad. However, I do know sometimes at home when he doesn't put on deodorant. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of this situation. So I just kindly ask you, what do you think? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you're up to bat first.
Okay. My immediate thought is she says he doesn't smell bad, right?
She says
he doesn't really smell bad, but he's not putting on the deodorant at home,
but
and only does it when he goes out.
Yes.
So if it's not that he doesn't smell bad, I guess I would want to know a little bit more. For example, is it just that she wants to control him and control what he does? She likes the smell of his deodorant, or she actually is turned off. She said it was disgusting.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't smell bad, it's just disgusting because you don't like his natural body odor. And if that's the case, I'm going to guess that it's probably affecting different things, like bad breath can affect things when you're intimate or whatever. And maybe you need to have, a deeper conversation with your husband. It's not just, it bugs me that you're not wearing it when you are home, but, this is how it affects me when you are not wearing it. That said, you can't force him either. It's like, I guess I need to know a little bit more. She says he doesn't stink. The reason I'm kind of also chuckling internally right now is because I just had this conversation at a birthday dinner with someone who claimed that he has no BO and that women like his natural body odor. To which I said, I have smelled way too many, especially men, but also some women who think that their natural body odor is great. And it is just foul.
Let me ask you, is this person single?
Yes. Well, kind of dating.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, this is how I look at this.
Yes.
One. If this could be the same thing as someone saying, hey, I work from home. If I don't leave the house, I don't shower. Right? But if I leave the house, I shower.
Yes.
It could be the same thing. you mentioned that you need to know more of the story. I usually just take it for what the story is.
I know.
This time, I'm actually want to know. This would be the one question I would want to know.
Is she having sex with you?
No. No. I ain't saying that.
I just did. Sorry.
Yeah. But my question would be, in the beginning, when you guys got together, did you know this before you got married? I'm curious, or if this was a new revelation, because I couldn't imagine. Like, that would be grounds for it. Like, imagine you marrying somebody, you've been together for some years, and all of a sudden they start this new thing where they don't wear deodorant at home, but they wear it when they leave. Like, we didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. But some people truly think they don't stink.
Yeah, they do. And usually...
And sometimes there are some people who are exceptional that way. I will say my mom was one of those, although she wore deodorant. But she was just one of those that just, I don't know if she didn't sweat. I mean, does this person not sweat? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people who maybe do have great, and then there are some people who are turned on by that natural body odor. I just happen to not be that person.
I don't believe that.
Ursula.
I think this lady.
Chef, what you got?
I think there are two things. So first of all, you're disgusting because you don't wear deodorant. Most people don't smell bad at all if they don't wear deodorant for a day, right? You gotta be like sweating a lot.
Yes.
And then you start to smell bad. But initially, you have a problem with hygiene. Some people get the ick from somebody because they're like, oh my gosh, you don't shower every day. Because they have this idea baked into their brain for marketing that like people have to shower daily in order to be not disgusting. And if you've reached the point in your head where you're saying about your partner, they're disgusting, that's one of the killers.
That is one of the killers.
Disgust is one of the relationship killers. On the other hand, if your partner can't take the simple, can't take the time to roll, it takes 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yes.
5 seconds to roll that sucker on, and they don't care that much about the relationship.
It's a power struggle.
I just want to say, maybe, I don't know where I'm at, but if my wife decides to not take a shower every day, we got a problem.
What?
Yeah. You gotta take a shower every day.
Why?
Everybody in the house, living in the house, gotta take a shower every day.
And you're just gonna silently judge anyone that doesn't.
Absolutely.
Guess what? I don't take a shower every day.
All right.
I disgust you, sir.
Hey,
As
you don't
David
live in my
County
house,
says,
Nick. What you got, bro?
Well, sure, he might not give off that stank that most guys do if they forget to put on the old spray or speed stick in those pits, or perhaps it just doesn't occur to himself the smell he gives off being so used to the routine getting into this habit. But my man, you've got a lady friend who's trying to stay sane with her nose and also hoping to avoid any embarrassing moments with others having to explain that old burrito smell you might be giving off. So please, dude, buy yourself some Old Spice or at least a fragrance that makes you seem okay, because this all natural move you're breaking out just isn't working out like you thought as a rustic power move. I have a feeling this is a case of high on his own supply. He's not even smelling himself. So my dude, everyone else knows. Joe, go get yourself a speed stick, man.
That's good stuff. But I gotta tell you, Nikki, I'm trying to figure out a way to tell what you just said, and I just haven't figured it out yet. This is one of those where you would have to tell it yourself, my good friend Nikki. Nikki makes a comment, and yeah, it's hilarious. All right, good stuff. Hey, stick around, because coming up next at the 10 o'clock hour, Chef shared his story, and he shared about why he's been gone and what's been going on while he's been away, and he was vulnerable to share that. We appreciate him for that. Coming up next, he'll recap that, because maybe some of you all missed it. We'll quickly recap that, and more importantly, go into some of these text messages. A lot of them have come through. So we weigh in on that. We do it next. Gee Ursula.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO Newsradio.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition too. It's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The ceasefire with Iran appears to be extremely fragile. CBS's Stacey Lynn reports.
President Trump called the Iran ceasefire
unbelievably weak
and says it's on massive life support.
Where the doctor walks in and says, "Sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living."
He described Tehran's latest proposal to end the war as garbage because they would not commit to a nuclear concession.
The plan is they cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they didn't say that in their letter.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Gas prices have been climbing since the war with Iran began, and President Trump says he wants to help people by suspending the federal gas tax. Congress has to approve the move. According to Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan,
if the price of oil goes up shortly thereafter the tax holiday takes effect, it can be obfuscated. The impact on what consumers are visibly seeing can be hidden.
18 people, 17 of them American passengers, evacuated from the hantavirus-hit cruise ship and they've been flown back to the U.S. 2 are in Atlanta and 16 in Nebraska. Dr. Michael Wadman, the medical director of the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha.
We welcomed 15 passengers to the quarantine unit early this morning. One passenger did go to the biocontainment unit.
There are 28 people still on the ship who need to disembark, and after that happens, 26 others will be taken to the Netherlands. The lone Democrat on the Federal Communications Commission has told the CEO of Disney that the FCC is out to censor ABC TV, which is owned by Disney. CBS's Jim Krasula has more.
FCC member Ana Gomez says ABC has been a victim of a, quote, sustained, coordinated campaign of censorship and control by the Trump administration. Gomez has released a letter she sent to the CEO of Disney, which owns ABC, saying that the FCC under Republican Chairman Brendan Carr has been weaponized to pressure, quote, a free and independent press and all media into submission.
Even though the price of gas and airline tickets is jumping, experts expect record-breaking travel during Memorial Day weekend. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The 45 million expected to travel is up just 0.4% from last year. AAA's Aixa Diaz.
Despite high gas prices, most people still travel, and they don't let that deter them from going on their trip. They may budget accordingly, but they're still going to go on their getaway.
Most, 39.1 million, will drive, getting hit with gas prices topping $4.50 a gallon on average, up about $1.40 from a year ago.
Stocks are up. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
A 19-year-old UW student was found dead, and we'll have the latest on the search for answers. But first, let's get a check on the roads. Most of the 85th Street interchange with I-405 has reopened after a weekend construction project, but you still cannot get off at northbound I-5 to 85th. Other drive times: Federal Way to Seattle, about 45 minutes. Tacoma to Federal Way, 20. Renton to Bellevue, 23 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio App. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Police are searching for a suspect who killed a student inside the University of Washington off-campus apartment building. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more on the victim and what happened.
The student killed, a young 19-year-old transgender woman, was discovered Sunday night inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments, according to police. That's just north of View Village. SPD Detective Eric Munoz told KIRO 7 TV.
This is very difficult for all of us, especially here with campus police and our police officers. This is a 19-year-old student that was murdered, and that's a horrible day for all of us.
So far, investigators are not sharing how she was killed or a motive. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The suspect is about 5'7" with a slim build, black hair, and a beard, last seen wearing a button-up shirt and a dark blue vest. 2 people were killed from an apartment fire in Sammamish on Sunday morning. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports they're in the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
A crew with Eastside Fire and Rescue saw the flames on the way to a training exercise nearby.
But a lot of times it's just being aware of what's going on and paying attention. So, yeah, this was fortunate that they were right nearby and were able to make rapid access.
Within seconds, crews learned that 2 people were inside the burning unit, as video shows firefighters pulling a man out to safety. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, and the Red Cross is helping out those displaced.
There's concern surrounding the next president of Seattle's teacher union. Early election results show Ibudu Devuyu in the lead, even though she's been on paid administrative leave since December. According to the Seattle Times, a family has accused her of physically abusing a child, and Seattle Public Schools confirms she's being investigated. Adubu, who teaches special education at Rising Star Elementary, has not commented. The Seattle Education Association says any active due-paying member can run. And a murder investigation is underway at a popular Seattle tap room after an employee was shot and killed there this weekend. The owner of Grueller Guts tells KIRO 7 TV the victim, who was in his 20s, went by the nickname Q and was a great guy.
He and his friends, including my son, the rest of them, they're about as tight-knit a group of young men that you'll ever find. And him, he was a key part of that.
So far, no arrests have been made. And for your KIRO News Radio weather, clouds with sun breaks this afternoon. Highs will be close to 70. Right now, it's about 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you're hanging out with us today. Happy Monday to you. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. We have another packed hour for you coming up at 11:30. It'll be our first Agree to Disagree with Chef back in the producer's seat. And we are, among other things, going to be talking about land acknowledgements and whether AI can write a better Mother's Day card. I mean, Mother's Day just got over. Did you use AI for your message to mom? Text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO. Let's get to it. Our top stories at 11.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
And it has been a devastating weekend in Seattle. There were 2 young homicide victims in less than 48 hours. And our Luke Ducey has been tracking these stories and brings us the latest details.
Yeah, absolutely sad. Let's start with the UW. What happened at UW? I just returned from that scene, and I got to tell you, probably like 1 out of every 4 people would stop and talk with me on the sidewalk. Students who live at this apartment complex. We now know that the victim, a 19-year-old transgender student, was stabbed to death inside a laundry room at UW's Nordheim Court Apartments. That's just on the back side of Crate and Barrel at U Village, like just north. You know, every student looks shell-shocked. They still can't believe this has happened, and so they didn't want to talk. And they just usually would say, no thanks and walk past. There was one student in particular. Sorry about that. That's actually for me, and I might make another noise here if I can. Nope. Just pop-up screen on my computer. But anyways, this one student passed by me, and I asked her if she wanted to talk with me, and she started breaking down. She started crying in front of me. Her voice was shaking, and then she finally said, I think this is my friend. I think this is my friend who died. And I just looked at her and said, go. And she ran to the crime scene, and I never saw her again. So I'm sure that she found out some horrible news, and it's just awful for these students.
What details have police released so far about that particular
happened in a laundry room in this building 7 of multiple buildings. There are 8 buildings here that make up this apartment complex. In buildings 7 and 2, I believe there are laundry rooms. This happened at about a little after 10 o'clock last night. That's when the first 911 calls came in. An alert went out to UW students about 10:42. The suspect. We only have a description, but he's still out there somewhere. Police are searching for him. I did hear that perhaps there are security cameras in the entrance to the laundry rooms. I didn't see anywhere else on campus, but I did talk with some students, and they did share their thoughts. Here are 3 students right here.
It's terrible, and of course it's scary to be close to that. Every one of us was feeling in disbelief.
We're just kind of scared, I'm not going to lie. We don't really know what's going on. We don't really have any information. We're just kind of trying to, stay inside and, be safe and send prayers.
Yeah, you probably heard the accent from that second person, Ian. He's from Italy. So these apartments are mostly filled with international students as well as grad students.
So it was a transgender is to be probably the victim in this. Is there any conversations centered around potential hate crimes?
No, not yet. But the reason I brought up transgender was because Seattle police brought that up. They made it a point to say a female, 19-year-old female, a 19-year-old transgender female, as if that had perhaps something to do with this. But again, they're not saying anything about motive of the crime. But certainly when Seattle police mentioned that, that is something that goes top of mind, especially for journalists, and you want to track that down.
Well, and it actually came after the Growler Guys tap room murder that G and I shared. That we know a lot of people who know the victim in that case. What do we know about what happened there?
Yeah, so this was at 85th and Lake City Way. If you don't know where Growler Guys is, it's a beer pub place. You know, you go and fill up your growler and have a couple of beers. They have a beer garden there. This is right across the street from the Maple Leaf Tiny Home Village as well, if you know where that is. Kelly Dole, the owner, he spoke this weekend. He actually broke down as he shared more about the victim, known to most people, a young man in his 20s, known as Q. That's his nickname. Apparently, he left the tap room Friday night when it closed up for the night. And I looked on their website. It says their closing time is 11 p.m.
Yes,
so somewhere around there. And then he came back to the business several hours later, according to police and to the owner. No word on why. He may have been followed. There may have been someone with him at the time as well. We do know from police that he was shot inside the business. It's unclear whether that was in the building itself or in the beer garden area, but the crime happened there. According to Detective Eric Munoz with Seattle Police, they're looking at surveillance camera footage. We have heard that from police as well, but so far no arrests.
Luke, thank you for the update.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You know, before you move on, Ursula, this next one, Luke just talked about 2 homicides in the city of Seattle, and that is now 13 so far in 2026 in Seattle. And of the 2 stories he was talking about, there's something that was he had a theme there, he had something in common, and he brought up cameras.
Yep.
And I really can't believe that we are really right here in 2026 with a mayor and anybody else that goes along with it that has disagreement with cameras. That blows my mind. It blows my mind. He literally just sat here and gave us 2 stories and talking about the potential of cameras.
Yeah. And the potential of the cameras not being on when we've got hundreds of thousands of visitors during World Cup, and it's only going to be when there's a credible threat that they'll be turned on. So, yeah, it definitely gives you something to think about for sure. Okay, it is now 11:13. If you missed our conversation with Chef Andrew, who is back here after being gone from the show for close to 4 months. It was the end of January when we were in a meeting that Chef, you told us that you were going to need to take some time off.
Yeah. Yep.
And you said, I need to go to rehab.
Yeah.
If you could recap what you've gone through in the last close to 4 months to bring everyone up to speed.
Sure. Just in brief, I've struggled with alcohol addiction for most of my life. I knew I needed to deal with that at some point. I spent 3 weeks at a residential rehab facility down in Oregon. It's the Hazelden Betty Ford Clinic down there. I've been in intensive outpatient treatment since being there. I've also had to come off of kratom and have medically assisted treatment for that.
Was that something that you started, the kratom, after you got out of rehab, out of inpatient?
Kind of, yes,
it?
and so there's. If you're not familiar with it, it's a tree that grows in Southeast Asia. It's traditionally been sold as a powdered leaf capsule, as a supplement. A lot of people take it for chronic pain. Some people take it actually getting off of opioids, although I would caution about that. But there are also a couple new forms of that, which are extracts of that tree. So think of it like if there's coca, like coca leaf tea, which a lot of people take in Peru. That's what was available years ago, and I'd taken that. And today there are pill forms that are extracts that are more like cocaine, concentrated version that you can buy at gas stations and smoke shops, and it's actually extremely physically addictive. And it takes medication to come off it, the same kind of medication that you would take to get off of opioids or fentanyl or heroin.
And when you said that you struggled with addiction, alcohol addiction specifically, like what was your life like in terms of use of alcohol? What did that look like, that addiction?
Isolation, shutting down. So there are a lot of people who I met in rehab, very highly functional people, folks that you'd never know unless they told you that they had a drinking problem. And, I was one of those people who was able for most of my life to succeed, I would say, and, excel at work. But everything is being held together by duct tape. And life feels like this house of cards that can blow over at any time. And so...
Would you be getting drunk every night? Would it be...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I drank every day. I don't, before I went into rehab, I think there were a couple times where I went like a couple days without drinking. I remember being scared. Like when Gabby got pregnant, like, am I going to be able to be sober through, the delivery experience? And I was. And it was, things like that where I realized, whoa, I have a problem. And you say, hey, I'll cut back, or hey, I'm just going to do beer. And that sticks for a little while. But if you have an addiction, it's something that just snaps right back.
You came back today being your first day, and you decided to tell this story.
Yeah.
Before you came here today and you were thinking about getting ready to tell this story, why did you and do you feel it's important for you to tell this and share this story with everyone? Because you could easily not share it. Why do you think it's important?
Because there are other people who are right now in the same position that I was in. I thought that there wasn't enough time, right? Like, hey, who has the time in their life to say, I'm going to take weeks or a month or months off of work to deal with this thing that I've been managing every day of my life. And it's something that has made life painful, and it's made it difficult. And it's like, it's like trying to operate with one hand tied behind your back. You can do it, but hey, you still pay the bills, like you show up to work, you feel like you're doing okay, even if inside, things are falling all apart. But there's a lot of people who are in this exact same position. And I mean, it was one of the reasons I went into rehab. That, there's a couple. One was a guy at church who was really open about, going through recovery. And I'd had conversations with him and his wife, and I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe this is something that I could do. There was a listener who reached out when we were doing your Baskets of Joy around Christmas time, and they shared they wanted their wife to receive a basket because they talked about how they'd struggled with alcohol addiction and how their wife had kept it together through their multiple times through rehab. And
okay, can you hold a second? Because that is Kevin. And Kevin, if you're listening right now, because Kevin has been really struggling while you've been in rehab. And he shared that he has been in the very depths of despair and that he relapsed. And I guess for people like Kevin, if you have a message having gone through this situation right now.
People still believe in you. People still believe in you. You mentioned your wife and how much she's had to carry. And I knew that was my wife too. And I didn't want, and she didn't want to live like that anymore. For that person out there who knows, in your heart that you have a problem, whether it's with alcohol or something else, it's going to cost money, right? It's going to cost you time. But it's an investment that you have to make. There's a better life on the other side of this thing. And to be able to feel joy, to know that, hey, whatever success you've had with your hand tied behind your back, what could life look like if you were operating on all cylinders? Right. What kind of a role model could you be for your kids, or your grandkids? What kind of presence could you be in your community and showing up for other people,
Last hour, in the 10 o'clock hour, when you're talking about this, and you were talking about the importance of having the conversation, of having these conversations. I want to speak to the part because there might be someone listening right now, and they might say, well, man, that's sad what's happening, but I don't have to worry about that because my kids don't drink.
Yeah.
Or my family members, nobody smokes. Nobody does anything. So let's just say you really believe that. And I do believe that that's possible. And it maybe it might be true. Would you still suggest that someone still has conversations about these things? Because you also pointed out this new thing that's in the grocery stores that I never even heard of until today. And
Kratom.
It's called Kratom.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this until today. What would you suggest to people out there that's listening about conversations and talking about this?
I would say that you have to talk about it, because there are some things where you might have the genetics where it's not going to be alcohol for you. But I'm very lucky in that the whole pill phenomenon skipped my generation by about 5 years. And if I was going to high school about 5 years later, I would have been in the midst of that. And there are some drugs where it doesn't matter what your genetics are. It doesn't matter what your family background is. If you are in a place, if your mental health is such that you have to reach out to something to get through your day, or you're a kid and you know what, life is too hard and it's easier with this pill that you take or this drug that you take or having a drink or two, it'll get you in the end. It's going to be a problem for you. And there's a lot of people who don't have an issue with substances. And I wish I could be one of those people. Like, I really do. And so, like, I'm never going to tell anybody what to do, but you got to have an honest conversation about the dangers of those things.
Yes. That is such important advice. We've been overwhelmed. I mean, the overwhelming thing on our text line today and in messages coming in is to say thank you to you for sharing your story. We welcome you back.
Yeah.
It has been courageous. It's not going to be an easy road, and you know that. 425 says, Chef's story was truly inspiring. I'm a mom of 3 who also has a very similar story. I just turned 33, and with tears in my eyes the entire segment, I realized I wasn't just crying for Chef. I was crying for help. Thank you for sharing. And Chef, I am so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. Thank you all.
Good stuff. Well, coming up next, it's time for a segment that we do every day at around 11:30. It's Agree to Disagree. Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
We've kind of painted ourselves into a corner.
He's the high-ranking Trump official who quit over the Iran war.
I don't know if Trump's going to be able to get himself out of it.
And now he's sounding alarms.
We could easily look at Iraq. Is that not what's waiting for all of us in Iran?
The problem is you just magnify everything times 10 because Iran is just so big.
Former Director of National Counterterrorism Joe Kent, exclusively on The John Curley Show. See the entire interview on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
What's up, y'all? It's G. Scott. Let's talk real here for a second. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, yeah, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you could receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer, food in your cart, and a little less pressure on your budget. And let me be a little clear about this. There's no catch and there's no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically and a card may already be headed your way. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple of minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway is looking out for your family this summer.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, Save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Tune in to elevate your wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix it.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
CarsForKids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Donald Trump says Iran's response to his latest proposal was totally unacceptable. He says he wants to help people with rising gas prices by suspending the federal gas tax. Patrick DeHaan is a senior petroleum analyst with Gas Buddy.
If Congress approves a federal gas tax holiday of 18.4 cents, motors would likely be feeling the impact rather quickly, but they may not visibly see a reduction if the price of oil is going up in the backdrop.
Passengers from a cruise ship hit by the deadly hantavirus outbreak are being flown to more than 20 countries and being placed in quarantine. Among them are a French woman and an American passenger who have both tested positive. CBS's Ian Lee is in Omaha.
16 are here in Omaha. One is in the national quarantine unit. That person does have the virus, but they are currently not showing any symptoms. 2 other people have been taken to Atlanta. They're at Emory. One of those people is showing symptoms, but we don't know if they have contracted the virus or it is something else.
In Seattle, police are searching for a suspect who killed a female student inside a University of Washington off-campus apartment building. Investigators say a young 19-year-old transgender woman was stabbed inside a laundry room at the Nordheim Court Apartments just north of U Village. Students living there are shocked.
It's terrible, and of course it's scary to be close to that. Every one of us was feeling in disbelief.
We're just kind of scared. I'm not going to lie. We don't really have any information. We're just kind of trying to stay inside and be safe and send prayers.
No arrests and no motive from police so far. The suspect is about 5'7" with a slim build, black hair, and a beard, last seen wearing a button-up shirt under a dark blue vest. In Spokane, a young girl with a tough medical journey will now be featured on the back of Lucky Charms cereal boxes. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
General Mills picked 6-year-old Mirave to help fundraise for the Children's Miracle Network. She was born 8 weeks premature with a cleft lip and palate. Since then, she's been a patient at Sacred Heart's Children's Hospital. She's had 3 surgeries and is preparing for a 4th.
I've cried every surgery because I know exactly what she's going through, the disorientation of the anesthesia, everything, and I don't like the fact that my girl has to go through that.
You can find Mira's Lucky Charms boxes at Costco for the rest of the month. If you choose to donate at the register, those proceeds will also go toward Providence Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.
And for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, Tacoma to Federal Way about 20 minutes right now, Federal Way to Seattle 45, Renton to Bellevue 23, and most of the 85th Street exchange with I-45 has reopened after some construction over the weekend, but you still cannot get off at northbound I-5 to 85th. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. And for your weather, we've got clouds, but some speak of sunshine. Highs will be close to 70. Right now, it's about 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:34. You're listening to the Gee and Ursula Show, and it's time for us to agree to disagree. Brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Let's start up in Mukilteo, where the Herald reports the City Council has voted to cut down on the number of times that they're going to be reading land acknowledgments. As of the past, they were reading this at the start of every single meeting. Now they're just going to do it at the first council meeting of each month. They'd been discussing potentially cutting it down to as little as once per year. What do you think about that, G?
Good. Let me see, 2 weeks ago, I think it was a Wednesday night, I had an event and I had to read the land acknowledgement. And I'm just going to speak for myself. Every time I read it, I feel absolutely uncomfortable when I do. It feels like, hey, sorry we did that to you. Just want to acknowledge it. That's exactly what the land acknowledgement is. Sorry we did that to you, but we want to acknowledge it. Well, at least you acknowledge it, because we still have people today that don't acknowledge the stuff that's literally going on right now. Like, we've been choosing joy while you've been gone. And because we've chose joy, and I know my grandkids years from now are going to say, hey, why didn't Granddad talk at all about the voting, about the gutting of the Voters Act? Why didn't he talk about that at all? right? How come, it's interesting, how come I got more people texting me about the millionaire's tax, but none of them text me about the gutting of the Voting Rights Act? Not one. Anyways, I'm choosing joy. So back to the performative land acknowledgement thing. Every time I personally read it, it's just something that says, hey, we acknowledge the devastation that happened to the indigenous people on this land are bad.
I think you nailed it, Gee, but I think it even goes further. I think that it's not just performative, but I want to ask anyone who still insists on doing these land acknowledgments, what actual work have you or your organization, what have you done to actually try to rectify some of the evils from the past? Or what? I think it is purely performative. I think that we have heard, whenever we have brought this topic up, we have heard from many indigenous folk and Native Americans who say, yeah, this is not something that I think is helpful at all. I mean, I think that there are some who would disagree, but I think in large part it was a reaction to what was going on at the time, and it became an overreaction. And I think Mukilteo is doing the right thing.
I just think, it's okay to be uncomfortable sometimes. It's good to acknowledge things that have happened in the past. If you have to do it at the start of every single meeting, and I know that there are a lot of schools where every meeting at the school district starts with this, it's it's too much. It's just too much. It's not serving anyone.
And is anyone actually thinking of what is being said? Or is it just, I'm doing this because I'm told to do this, or I need to do this, and let's move on?
Yeah. Amen. All right. If you're anything like me, yesterday you had to sit down at some point, or maybe you did it on Saturday, and you struggled with what to put in that Mother's Day card. Obviously there's this person in your life who's so important to you. And what can you possibly say to share all the ways that you appreciate them? Well, over at GeekWire, Todd Bishop gave a crack at having AI write a Mother's Day card for his mom. He did come clean to her, but Ursula is the mom in the room. If the kid comes up with the AI written card with perhaps a little cut and paste, details to make it sound personal, what's your reaction there?
I would know. I can tell. Having used AI, I would know. But I can tell you that the cards that I got, and I've shared that the cards are the most important thing to me. The handwritten cards, even though anymore young adults cannot do cursive, A, and B, their handwriting is awful. But it's so touching to me when they spend the time to do a handwritten card, and it is from the heart. And so I would be disappointed if there was a cut and paste, letter or an email sent to me.
Yes.
I would feel like, ooh.
You've been slighted?
Yes.
Didn't put in the full effort?
That's the thing that I put the premium on the most, is what comes from the heart.
I'm out with these daggone cards. Okay. Just so you guys don't think I'm just some angry person, because that tends to happen. That tends to happen when you don't agree with G. Oh, it's the angry guy. So I just want to be clear. Text it right now and tell me how much you paid for the Mother's Day card. And the reason why I'm telling that, because I bought Lillian one.
They're getting ridiculous.
$8.23. And this card wasn't even that great. Now, I wrote in there, and by the way, I can't stand it because we don't write anymore.
Yes.
So my handwriting is absolutely awful.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, right?
Yes.
So did that. I did tell her some, nice things. Hey, thank you for all that kind of stuff. And hey, by the way, also besides this gift that you're getting, there's also something else with it. So I said that and written down. But my best words were when I had my phone in my hand on Sunday morning and I wrote a Facebook post.
I saw that. It was pretty.
And I gave so nice. I gave an analogy. I would have never been able to give that analogy in a card. You think I'm going to write all that? This is ludicrous. So I'm declaring right now, this is between me and my wife. I'm done with these damn cards. Y'all text in and tell me how much you paid for the cards. How in the world am I paying $8 to embarrass myself with handwritings when I'm not going to really say anything? And I'll tell you right now, by the way, love my wife because she didn't even pay attention to what was in the card. She just paid attention to the writing. Maybe she pretended to not pay attention.
Because that's what makes... Now, would you print out or put on a nice colored piece of paper, some pretty paper, just write and just forget the Hallmark card or the American Greetings card?
Can I just get can I do Facebook? Can I just do Facebook?
Well, ask her. I like to have the mementos. I didn't post a Facebook post. Well, of course, it was also Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But, both boys bought the cards and then did. I would be also really sad if it was just answering, and ending with your scribbled signature versus actually writing something from the heart. But you know what I paid? I did buy some cards and I bought a birthday card, but I was able to find, there are bargain sections of the card section. Then it's like $5.
Well, folks are telling me to go to the dollar store.
Get the bargain cards.
So wait.
The even more generic message.
So dollar store?
$25.
They got some good ones?
Yes. Well, I didn't say good. They have cards.
I thought the dollar store
They're
cards.
very generic.
I thought dollar store cards would say, "Hey, thank you for being my mama." I thought that would be the card.
Concise.
That's what you get.
See, look,
real.
Man.
Michelle says they are great cards at the dollar store. About $25.
Lillian just texted me. I knew she was probably listening. And she says, but I save all my cards from you.
That's what I mean.
Well, you know what I'm going to tell her to do? How about this?
Good luck.
How about this? How about my wife takes all those cards and goes sell them, and let's go get some money from them?
What? I don't think that's why she's saving them.
I don't even know that she could rub two nickels together.
All right. Coming up next, text messages, feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's words to live by.
The Chicken Spike Show.
I looked something up the other day. I didn't even look it up. I said it in a room in my house.
Weekdays noon to 3.
And I have a smart device. And then for 3 days, everywhere, my phone, my computer at work, I see ads for that thing that I was mentioning. It was very specific.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
That's technology and AI being used to expand the reach of technology into every aspect of our lives. Everything.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live or later on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can't control what's happening in the world. You can't control gas prices or what the market does tomorrow. But you can control whether your retirement is protected when the unexpected hits. That's what Rajiv Nagaich has dedicated his career to helping families do. Not just picking investments, but building one plan that brings your healthcare, housing, legal, and financial decisions together into a single strategy. A strategy designed to keep you out of a nursing home, protect your assets, and keep your family from becoming your unpaid caregivers. If the last weeks have made you uneasy about your future, you need help. Join Rajiv at a free 90-minute seminar this May. You'll see where most plans fall short and how yours doesn't have to.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Space is limited, so sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Home Comfort Alliance, a Carrier factory authorized dealer delivering efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance every time. John Curley here. Upgrade to Carrier cooling and get a heating system free. Use their 60-second price estimator at homecomfortalliance.com.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery, and she was home the next day. But we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
Oh, it is Gee and Ursula. Well, these text messages are in here. We got to go over them. Ursula, I'll start out. People are mad at G for saying Nordstrom's. Brad from Grand Mound says, you wouldn't say I'm going to G. You'd say I'm going to G's.
See, he's defending you.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
206 says it was called Nordstrom's from 1940 to 1969. Now, is that true?
Is that true?
I don't know. But someone's telling us that, so we'll have to do some fact-checking later.
Lawhurst says they will allow helicopters for sick kids. Ernie and Kid says Lawhurst is getting all the well-deserved smoke, and I'm loving it.
And then there was the topic of the good news that happened this weekend. And Beth in Tacoma shares that on Mother's Day, the robins that nested in her hedge brought their fledglings out of the nest to show us for the first time. And she felt like Mother Nature.
Rob in Puyallup, Texas, and said, I made my wife a fantastic salmon dinner for Mother's Day for my wife. Then enjoyed the sun and reflected on my own mom and her life. This is a time that I also like to remind all moms to make sure that they're getting checked for breast cancer, as it gets caught soon enough, it can save a life.
For sure. Parents struggling to fundraise for outdoor camps that were cut by the state. 206 says, I went to Seattle Public School in the 80s and 90s. When did this overnight camping trip tradition start? I'm completely unfamiliar with it.
253 says, Gee, as a principal, I respectfully disagree with you on this point. All of us would love to have the money to send our students to camp, but there are budget deficits in just about every district in our state. There's simply not enough money. And at the end of the day, just like a family, when the budget needs to be cut back, we have to prioritize things. Lastly, and not some people think about a lot, camps have become huge liabilities. Again, it is simply not worth it. It doesn't mean families can take their kids camping. They can't take their kids camping and enjoy those festivities. Respectfully, I just don't know what you disagree with what I said, other than maybe the camp being liabilities. That could be true.
Yeah, I think it's when it comes to what priorities should schools have, is that camp, that overnight camp, one of them, if you're also struggling to pay teachers' aides and teachers.
I would say this. I would say that not all schools in this state are suffering like the other. So where they are budget pitfalls, they bring in auctioneers for a gala to have a big event and raise $200,000 or something.
That's also true. You see that often. Chef shared his story of addiction and rehab. If you missed it, Chef, thank you again for going in depth and sharing your heart. And that was in the 10 o'clock hour. And I strongly, strongly encourage everyone to listen to that segment on our podcast. And in the 360 says, fellow addict here, I hear you. I support you. I want to encourage you. Full recovery is possible. Rich, miraculous, joyful life is there for you. I speak from experience. I've been sober for more than 45 years. You are loved.
Carrie in Bonnie Lake says, amen, Chef. Talk to your kids about feelings as part of their mental health hygiene, just the same as you would brushing your teeth or taking a bath. Talk with your kids about family histories and normalize monitoring your own inner monologue. Kids internalize this in huge ways, and I'm grateful for the impulse to have begun this conversation early with my kids and stuff their mental health toolboxes a little bit.
Amy in the 206 says, I am so happy you're back, Chef. Sharing your story is not only courageous, but helpful for so many. Just last week, my dad asked for help, and we are in the process of trying to get him into rehab for alcohol. Your story really hit home today, hard, but in a good way. I'm so grateful you're back and that you shared this on a day that I really needed to hear it.
Ursula, it's now time for Words to Live By.
I often quote Brene Brown, and this is in light of what Chef shared in our 10 o'clock hour and again in 11. One day you will tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will be someone else's survival guide.
That's a good one. Well done. Nick, what do you got, bro?
Well, first, I'd like to thank our friends Sophia, Mike, and Paul for having fun with us so far this year and memories for all. But a long-awaited moment has arrived to see and hear as our old friend Mr. Chef is back to join us in our sphere.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
And we take you in for who you are and what you bring to us, even if it means you don't shower every day without a fuss. Gee, however, might have a little issue with that routine, so he might point you in his friend Josie's direction for some fragrance of cologne to set you straight over there.
Oh, Josie at Nordstrom's.
In Bellevue Square.
Squares.
Nick, that was back to back. That's pretty good. All right, Ursula, do this again tomorrow. Thank you.
We will.
Chef, welcome back, man. Good to have you back, brother. Nick, thank you.
You too, man.
The Jake and Spike show comes in next. Stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Welcome back, welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, the keys in my life, 'cause we got him on the spot. Well,
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Deep to right field. Going. Goodbye, baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a view that's a real home run, check out right field. Make that the dump yard. Sure, it's a great spot to see our fearless outfielders fly, dive, and slide.
Wow! Victor Robles makes the catch!
But you might get to flash some leather too, because the forecast in the dump yard always calls for rain. Raining big dumper home runs, that is.
Number 60, the magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss the Mariners' upcoming giveaways. Hello Kitty clear crossbody bags this Friday, thanks to Starbucks. Salute to Armed Forces Military Caps Saturday, thanks to Boeing. And Josh Naylor's Mariners bobblehead debut, May 18th and 19th. Presented by Western Washington Toyota Dealers. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Carr Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROMO25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo